The Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, and their vast crowd of admirers here, but they have something they want to say to you.
I would like to take this opportunity, Mr. Bosch, to thank you for having us here tonight for Houston Wrestling. It's a great city, and I'd like to ask all the people out there that this is a time of love, joy, and understanding, and it's a time families are together from far away. No matter where you are, you all join together. And we'd like to say this with all of our hearts, the Fantastics, we want to thank you for the support and the love that you've shown us in 1986. And oh, thank heaven for 87, because it's coming right around the block. And we're looking forward for Mr. Bosch having us here once again throughout the year of 87. We'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. We love you all. Thank you very much from the Fantastics.
That's right. You know, Bobby, I just like to say thank you to all the people that have been telling us, hey, you can get those belts back, giving us that incentive, giving us that drive. And we'd just like to thank each and every one of you, because we haven't forgot those belts. And we're looking for them right around 1987, because 86 was a good year for us. We held those belts longer than anybody's held them. And we're looking forward to holding them for a long, long time when we get them back. So with all you people's support out there, well, before long, we'll have them right back around our waist.
Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, sir.
So the bell sounds now to start off this six-man tag team battle here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. And on the outside of the ring, you see Tommy Rogers pacing back and forth, while Bobby Fulton, one of the Fantastics, Tommy's the other one, comes in to battle against Jack Victory. Chavo Guerrero joins with the Fantastics. And Bobby Fulton protected himself well in that corner. Bobby's partners are Chavo Guerrero and his regular Fantastic partner, Tommy Rogers, and Jack Victory's partners, the Angel of Death and the Lybian. This event here at the Sam Houston Coliseum tonight had an unfortunate and sad substitution. The Freebirds were scheduled to be here to face the Fantastics and Chavo, and instead they are attending a funeral. The death of Michael P.S. Hayes' mother forced both Michael and Terry Gordy to go up north and to, unfortunately and sadly, to bury Michael's mother, who had been ill for a long time. But this battle here, right now, pits six guys against each other, three on a side, and should give you a look into what can happen when a lot of people get very, very mad. Angel of Death, he has no time for this kind of maneuvering that Bobby Fulton depends on to distract him. Fans are, as they always are when the Fantastics are around, rooting for Bobby and Tommy, and they know what they want. They want him to clean this other crew up and do it in a hurry. Bobby caught a strong shoulder that time. He was going to do the same thing, but the Angel of Death was a little bit better equipped for balance, and when he came forward, he managed to get Bobby just when Bobby was shifting into high gear and knocked him backwards. And Bobby's having trouble getting up to stand up straight. And now as he moves in, you can see where it hurt. Right there, he got hit in the shoulder, but when you do that, it twists the body, and there's the move. He got Tommy Rogers in, flying feet, and beautifully. That was Jack Victory, that was the Lybian. And the flying feet of Tommy Rogers took their toll that time. They're trying to set the Angel of Death up. And double drop kick, beautiful. The Fantastics, as their partners, are truly equipped to stand up against any pair in the world, because they've got some fine moves that are well calculated to use the best talents of both of them. So Tommy now gets a change of opposition, and he's in trouble. May we remind you that our next wrestling takes place next Friday night, this coming Friday night, at the Sam Houston Coliseum, and it most certainly will provide a tremendous amount of action. 8 sensational bouts on the night after Christmas, finishing off with a bunkhouse brawl. That means all the men on the card will be in that brawl. It's a come-as-you-are affair, and in this one, it will be a matter of no disqualifications, of falls not counting, and a battle royal that will be a wild one. Falls will not count, it says, and the wrestlers can be eliminated by quitting, or if a man is cut or bleeding, he is then eliminated from the match. He must quit. Or if he's cut, he is bleeding, he is then considered to just quit. So they'll be fighting to protect themselves and fighting to get out there and whip everybody, and it's going to be a great, great night. We'll have a return battle between Hacksaw Duggan and Terry Taylor up against Big Bad Leroy Brown and Wild Bill Irwin. We'll have a grudge battle with the winner promised a Universal Wrestling Federation title bout when Dr. Death, that's Steve Williams of Oklahoma, going up against Bam Bam Gordy, and the winner gets a contract to face the one-man gang, the Universal Wrestling Federation champion. Girls, we got them on this day after Christmas with Dark Journey taking on Missy Hyatt, and this will be a wild war in itself because it will be lumberjack rules, and that means that neither girl can go outside the ring for any reason, whether they walk, crawl, fall, or jump over the rope to get out. They are thrown right back in because there will be they'll be entitled lumberjacks who will throw them right back up into the ring to keep the match going. All of these things, and I want to remind you, a night after Christmas. There's Tommy Rogers' great move. And if you are short on Christmas presents and you haven't got time to shop, just go by 1919 Caroline. You'll get parking space right around the building. You won't find any crowds. You will step inside and you will be able to get tickets and give your friends tickets to the wrestling for next Friday night, the day after Christmas. And it'll be a well-received gift, and it will solve your problems quickly and surely. That's at 1919 Caroline. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We will be closed on Thursday on Christmas Day. We will be open on Friday. On bar, Bobby Fulton being told by the fans to let it go. They're hollering, Bobby, 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 Bobby. They're really sounding off for Bobby Fulton. And here comes Jack Victor. He's going to get it. Three of them at one time, drop kicking. That was a tremendous bit of timing, but it proves the adaptability of Chavo Guerrero, because while Bobby and Tommy are accustomed to being team partners, Chavo just stepped right in there and fit like he had always been. But then he has wrestled 6-man matches with his 2 brothers as his partner. So the man down is Jack Victory. Victory now, getting up almost reluctantly, and Tommy waiting for him. Tommy's a fine young man, and I'll tell you, he's a great role model for any youngster. Side headlock, and as he whipped him down, he took him over and he hit that canvas hard. Tommy fighting to keep his shoulders up. He's being held there by the tights, and he stood him right on his shoulders. Side headlock. There's the referee down there giving that count. And Jack Victory can feel the vibrations if he can't hear it. His head's being smothered by the arm and body of Tommy Rogers. But you can just feel that ring vibrate when a referee strikes it, and he should strike it harder when he's about to give a count to a man who can't hear him. And again, the artful dodging of Tommy Rogers caused Jack Victory to literally knock his team apart. He knocked both of them off the rope, and that was a great, great maneuver. And Chavo Guerrero is applauding his partners for sure. Good move by Tommy Rogers. A great move by Tommy Rogers. He caused that Jack Victory, who was befuddled from the side headlock, he caused him to throw 2 wild blows, and he actually directed the aim by turning his body. There's a thinking man's wrestler, and a great man to have alongside of you in a scrap is that well-built young Tommy Rogers. And the Angel of Death, as he comes in, is protesting, as I presume Angels of Death always do, that they were scuttled. Big man, that Angel of Death. When he has had more wrestling experience, there are a few people who are going to be able to handle him in one-on-one. You saw that. There's a hold that literally was invented by Ernie Ladd, who used this as one of his favorite ways of whipping opponents. It enabled him to use his long arms and to use his height and then to slam him down to the deck. And the Angel of Death gets him in and heists him up, and look at that. He's carrying him around the ring, waiting to slam him, and he does. Ooh, that's a long distance to be dropping and falling on your back or any other part of your body. You're lucky if you fall full length on your back, because it absorbs a lot of the shock. Tommy Rogers in trouble. Here's a whip into the rope and a drop kick by the Angel of Death. That's a big man. That's a 300-pounder, and he's 320 pounds, I believe, and he's coming in there to get off that canvas and get up to a 5-foot height and throw those legs out. It takes a lot of coordination to be able to do that. Now Tommy Rogers is in trouble as Jack Victory gets the touch and comes in, and Victory runs into trouble from both Chavo Guerrero and Bobby Fulton, and we've got a trio banging away at Tommy Rogers. Tommy's down. The Lybian trying now to rabbit punch him with that elbow of his, and he succeeds to lay it in there and lay it in hard. And Chavo wants to come over and continue the battle with Jack Victory. And in the meantime, the Lybian is dishing out punishment to the almost inert form of Tommy Rogers, the big foot of the Angel of Death. And here comes that giant in. He put that huge size 15 foot of his right squarely into the chest of Tommy Rogers. But there are 2 feet. They may measure up to less than 15, I'm not sure. But he caught the Angel of Death, but he couldn't get across there, taking a lot of punishment, an inordinate amount of punishment. And as the Angel surveys him, here he comes for a driving foot in the chest, and that's the way to knock the fight out of a man. Outside, Bobby calling for his cheering squad. Suplex hold, he lifts him up and literally dangles to him. Tommy was fighting against it. He was shaking those legs, trying to maneuver out of the business of being tossed down to the deck. And here's the Lybian, and they are, well, there are 2 of them trying to set him up, and they did, and they belted him down to the deck. Lybian on top, and Chavo couldn't stand it anymore. He had to get in there and let that foot fly, but that unfortunately gives the referee an opportunity to be out of the picture. He's trying to get control on one end, and on the other end, Tommy Rogers is catching it. Here's the Lybian moving in again, and as he does, that fist flies out there. Tommy, nicely, he got his foot in there and he got it in. And there's the touch, and in comes Chavo Guerrero. There's a driving pair of feet, and as Chavo comes in, he's got all of them in there now, all 6 of them. A little head knocking going on in the one corner as Tommy Rogers gets a definite short breather, but he's not happy unless he's in the action. And if his partners are battling, he wants to battle, and he's battling right now for sure. Setting him up. somebody's trying to set somebody up, but let's see what happens here. Bobby's in place, and Tommy's in place, and so is Chavo. Chavo at that time was boosted up into, there is a count. There is a count. For a moment there, it looked like Chavo Guerrero was going to.
The winners of the match, Chavo Guerrero and the fans.